I was relieved when the school called to say my son was arrested. The call came while I was folding towels in the living room, sunlight slicing through the blinds in thin, precise lines. A woman with a steady, practiced voice said, "My son, Caleb, had been detained at school and asked me to come immediately." She did not say why. She did not say how. I thanked her, folded the last towel, and placed it on the couch. I noticed my hands weren't shaking. That should have worried me. I remember thinking I should turn off the iron. I remember how quiet the house felt afterward. No hum, no ticking, just the sense that something had finally stopped pretending. I didn't cry. I didn't ask questions. I didn't rush. The calm settled too easily, like recognition rather than shock, and that frightened me more than panic would have. At the school office, everything felt compressed and wrong. The chairs were child-sized, molded plastic biting into my thighs. Fluorescent lights flickered just enough to register. A police officer leaned against the wall, hands folded, watching me instead of the door. The principal kept saying my name, carefully, as if testing whether I would respond. They told me Caleb was alive. They told me no one else was hurt. They told me this was serious. Each sentence landed like a correction. I nodded every time. People always said Caleb was a good kid, quiet, polite, mature for his age. Teachers liked him because he never caused trouble. Neighbors smiled and told me I was lucky. I smiled back every time. I never corrected them. Caleb used to be loud when he was little. He liked monster movies and toy cars and bouncing a soccer ball against the garage until I yelled. He crawled into my bed after nightmares and demanded stories until sleep took him. Somewhere around 13, something folded inward. He stopped laughing. He stopped sleeping. He stopped looking at me. He covered his bedroom windows with blankets and said the light hurt his eyes. He started eating dinner alone. He stayed up all night on his computer, fingers clicking softly, always closing his screen when I walked past. I told myself it was adolescence. Everyone online said so. The first notebook appeared when I cleaned his room. It was under the bed, half hidden. At first it looked like school notes. Then I read it. Names filled the pages. Classmates, teachers, students I barely recognized. Beside each name were times, locations, and short observations. Who arrived early, who sat alone, who left doors unlocked. I told myself it was curiosity, a writing exercise, nothing more. The second notebook took that comfort away. It talked about being invisible, about being overlooked and erased, about how easy it was to map people when they never noticed you watching. He described hallways in detail, the way sound traveled during passing periods, which stairwell stayed empty longest. I confronted him once. He stared at me with an expression I had never seen before, sharp and resentful. He did not speak to me for 2 days. I tried counselors. He went once and refused to return. I tried meetings with the school. They said he was withdrawn but not dangerous. I tried grounding him. He smiled and said consequences did not matter. Then I found the folder on his computer. It was hidden beneath layers of innocuous school files. Inside were documents labeled with dates, drafts rewritten again and again, detailed schedules of the school day, color-coded by class period, screenshots of hallways taken from the school website, notes about fire drills, lockdown procedures, and response times, lists of what would cause the most panic, what would draw attention, what would make people finally listen. I sat at his desk for a long time, staring at the screen, my hands numb. I thought about calling someone. I thought about being wrong. I thought about ruining his life over imagination and words. I thought about what people would say about me. I closed the laptop. The night before the arrest, Caleb paced his room for hours, whispering under his breath. In the morning, he wore a jacket despite the heat. Before he left, he hugged me. That almost broke me. At school, they said a student had reported a message Caleb posted online. They searched his bag before first period. They asked if there was anything I wanted to tell them. I said no. They showed me everything afterward. Printed messages, screenshots, drafts he had deleted but not erased, the notebooks, the files, a timeline outlining a day that had not happened yet. The officer explained how close it had been, how the message reported that morning referenced specific locations and times. A teacher said they had felt watched for weeks. Another student admitted they were afraid to come to school. I saw Caleb through a small window. He looked smaller than I remembered, angry, confused, alive. Charges were filed. The principal said intervention likely saved lives. A social worker told me I was not to blame. For the first time, I believed it. When I got home, I locked the door and slid down the wall. Relief came in sharp, sickening waves. My son was alive. Other children were alive, and words alone had almost become something irreversible.